So Assalamualaikum again. So this is a training. People with can if there's people waiting in the lobby, can someone help me approving them? Right. Right. So this is a training for on Canva for education. Now I need to inform you. I need to reiterate this that I am not an expert in visual or graphic or image editing, right? I don't have the talent for using all this tool of image editing, right? There are people who are much better than I am, but my training today is just to see how Canva can actually be used for education, right? Right. So I think everyone knows by now that Canva is a cloud service, graphic design tool. So it can only be used online, even if you download the apps to be used on Windows. It can only be used if you are online. All right. And it started as just a graphic design tool. Right, and then later on it evolved to be integrated for educational platform, right? And then I think some of you have noticed that there is one of the plan for Canva apart from the Pro is Canva Education. So Canva Education is one of their non-profit product, okay, which they touted as to be used in a non-profit manner. So they make it free for teachers, right? For the time being, Canva for education is not, cannot be used by university. These are their terms and these are their terms. So it cannot actually be used by universities, but actually, if you sign in to Canva using your iium.edu.my Google account, you will be automatically converted to the education plan, right? Whereas if you try to sign in or verify yourself as a teacher using Teams, you're not allowed to do so, even though you have hand in proof that you are actually a teacher here or lecturer here, because one of the terms is that it's not available yet for university or college. It's only available for those who are teaching in school, right? Okay, and Canva has also evolved to become a tool that is used for presentations. And then because it can be used as a tool for presentation, it can also be used as a tool to create videos. So we will look into that later on. Okay, right. A few more about Canva. So why do we want to use Canva for education? Okay. Assignments or lessons that deals with a lot of text, like your essays and emails and so on, it might not be that useful. But some teachers don't want to just have text in their class, so they want to have like an image-oriented lessons. They want to make it more colorful and much more cheerful. So Canva is the platform for you to use. All right, and then it's also an alternative to presentation software, a presentation program. I think most of us have been using PowerPoint for the best part of our life. So Canva can also be used for presentation. In fact, my slides, okay, are actually executed from Canva. And then apart from that, you can also create simple videos, all right, from your presentation. Right. Some benefits of using Canva for education is that this is the information that I got from their website. Okay, it says that for education, you have 100 gigs of cloud storage, which is more than what a free users would have. A free users will only just have 5 gigabytes, right? But teachers will have 100 gigabytes. But if you actually checked, we will check it later on, you will see that, okay, you will see that you actually have 1 terabyte of cloud storage, right? And then another perk, so there's lots of perks actually. Another benefit of it, of using Canva for Education, is that there'll be a huge library of shared and ready image and templates and so on. All right. So okay, let's not waste some time. Let's look at how do you actually integrate or use Canva for assignments. Let me just close this screen and try to show the whole screen instead. Let me share the whole screen instead. All right, so this is my slides is now. We will look at how you actually can create slides using Canva and how simple it is as compared to Microsoft PowerPoint. Right, so let's start with, what was it just now? Let's start with, hold on a minute. Let's start with assignments. Right. Okay, so there are 2 ways for you to assign students or give assignments to students using Canva. We will discuss 2 ways. In fact, I think we can discuss more than 2 ways. A few more. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to set my camera. Can you see my face on the screen? How about that?
Yes.
Okay, good. Very good. All right. Okay, so the first way for you to create an assignment or use Canva for Education is for you to create the class first, right? So you go to settings, right? And then you go to billing and plans, right? And then under billing and plans, there is an option for you to create a new class. So this is where you create a new class in Canva, right? So you can create a new class and you name your class. For example, I'm going to name the class to testing for today's Canva training. All right. So once you create the class, okay, so this is the page of your class, right? So you can customize it, right? And then they give you a few prompts on what to use for this class. Right, so there's no recent designs yet, right? As you can see here, I have a few other classes and teams. So this is my team with Kak Muni, right? The team that I think we grouped together to create the posters for the previous ILS. And these are some of my other classrooms. So classroom is named under education. So this is the interface for Canva for Education for the classroom. All right. And then what you want to do next is try to invite your students. All right. So what you can do is press invite at the bottom left part of the screen. All right. And then there's a few ways for you to invite your students to join. Just in the aircon. To join your Canva classroom, right? First, you can invite via Google Classroom, right? So again, since the user that I am using, the account that I'm using for this particular Canva is my Google IIUM Google account, right? So you can actually import the whole classroom that you have on Google Classroom, right? So you can just click this one and import from Google Classroom, and then the whole thing will pop up. And then you can pick any of the classes that you would like to import the student from, right? So there's a lot here. right? So I've already created one for today's training, which I named Google Canva for Education, right? And then you can just import, right? So once you, okay, there's only one student. Okay, this is my dummy student account, right? So each of the students' name will be included here, or you can also add other students, okay, manually here. All right, so once you send invitation, the thing about inviting via Google Classroom is that they will not be automatically inserted in this in your Canva classroom. They will have to accept the invitation in the email, right? So I think the easier way is to just share an invite link, right? So you can just share an invite link, right? So copy the invite link. I can share it via Teams also. So, but I did not. I'm not able to sign in using my Google IAM Google account on Teams because I think that there's some conflict between the domains because I already have IUM Teams account under live, so there's a conflict in that. So I didn't manage to do that. So I'm going to copy this. Probably if you want to join, you can and put it in the chat box. Then just for today's sake, I think I have already this person has already joined, right? So my dummy student has already belum lagi. Kau keluar balik. Apa yang I copy tadi? This one. Okay, no. This is my Google Classroom. So this is my Canva for Education. Let's see, mana have I copied? Sekejap. Pardon me, copy and paste. Joinings. Okay, so I am in. So a lot of you have also joined in. Canva for Education. So this is testing for today's. This is the interface on the students end. Right. Okay. All right. So once you are in, you can check the class. Okay, as a teacher. So this is a teacher. You can check the class. Okay, go back to planning tadi. I think not on the group under building a plan. Okay, which one is it? Where do I see my students? Saya lupa dah. Never mind. Canva at home. Right, now I forgot where do I see all my students for this class. Never mind. Okay, let's start straight away on how do you actually assign the students assignment. Right, so first, let's say, for example, you want your student to, because you're bored, you have been assigning your students for a writing exercise on writing emails, and then you're bored with looking at just text. You want it to be much more colorful, more vibrant, so you decided to use a more image oriented kind of template, right? So you type in, just find whatever you can find. Let's say you want to find emails, right? And so just type in email, and then let's see what we can find that we can use for our assignment. So our assignment today is try to assign a writing assignment for our students to write a formal email. So I think I can use this one, writing an informal email. I can view it first, right? Okay, and then we can customize this template. All right. So by the way, by using Canva for Education, you are also entering a huge library of other teachers sharing what they have done. Right. So we can actually use their design. So for example, like this one, it's actually designed by this person here. Right. So we want to use this template for our student assignment. right? So if you are very familiar with Canva, you know for a fact that everything can be edited. So instead of writing a informal email, you want to write an informal email, right? So I think this is a good template for us to use as for the email exercise. So because it has the structure of the email, and then you can label all the sections of the email, right? So apart from this, we will also want the students themselves to write the email, right? So we can just duplicate this. Right? So this is second page, right? And then you can remove all the things that we have here and leave it blank, right? And then remove everything here, right? All right, and we can remove the subject so that the students can include their own subject themselves. All right, and then what we also want to do is to probably lock this image, this thing here, this image here, so that when we give to each student, this thing won't be moving all around. So we can do that by pressing the lock button on the top right side here. All right, and then we have a template here for our students' assignment. Let me just complete the whole thing. Right. Okay, so once we have, this is not the complete version of the assignments. So let's say this is already the complete version. You're done, and then you would like to send this. You want to give this as an assignment to your students, right? And then you will formal email writing. Okay, let's say formal email writing worksheet, right? So you want to give this as an assignment for your students. So what you can do is you can press share, and then you publish it as an assignment. We will look at how you publish it as a Google Classroom later on. So you publish it as an assignment. Okay, right. So where should the students submit their work? We want them to submit the work on Canva, right? And then we want each student to have new design, and then we can write in some instruction for the students. Like say, for example, please do this assignment as soon as possible. Example, do not plagiarize, right? And you can click next, right? And then you can okay, so this is all the class that we have so far. So we can publish it to the class. Okay, so you can just click publish. All right, so now the assignments have been published. So let's go back to our home page. All right, so classwork, okay, it will take some time for this to be created. Right, so now let's look at the student end, what the students can see on their end for the assignment. Masuk lagi assignment dia. These are all. Okay, so today's assignment ini. Okay, so on the student end, they will receive a notification at the top that they receive an assignment. All right, so Syaukat bagi assignment ni. Nak buat macam mana? So they just have to click the assignments here. All right, so this is what they will see on their end. Okay, the assignments. Actually, kat sini pun ada tulis classwork. Tak keluar lagi, lambat. Ini this part here lambat sikit keluar. Alright, so this is the assignment that were given to them. Alright, and as you can see, we have locked the images now, so they can't do anything to it. They can unlock it, okay, themselves. But to be safe, okay, let's just lock it lah. Right, if they want to unlock it, they can. Right, but why do they need to do that? Okay, right, so they can just fill in all this. All right. So okay, good. Right. So what to call an easy way for you to find things on Canva instead of searching it in the search bar here. It's just for you to press the magic stroke sign. What's the magic? It's the button next to shift on the left of shift, right? The question mark button. If you're using a Windows keyboard, if you're using an Apple keyboard, I'm not sure what button it is. Can you just press that button and this magic stroke sign will pop up? All right. So I want to fill in the email here, right, with a text. So I just pick a text and then okay, the text will be here. So I don't want it to be here. I want it to be at the top. So I just grab it to be at the top. Right. It looks a bit tedious lah from your normal Google Classroom punya assignment, but it's more colorful. It's more colorful. That's the advantage. To tell you the truth, I don't use Canva for my assignment, right? But this is just something other people might be interested in using. So I'm not saying that you can only use it for writing. You can also use it for, I think, if you have lower level students, probably you can use it for poster creation, right? Because when you use Canva, you have a template, right? And then everyone will be submitting the same measurement of a poster, right? Otherwise, kadang-kadang poster ni kecil, poster ni besar, kadang poster ni horizontal, poster ni vertical, right? And then you have a standardized poster for every student, right? And then so contohnya someone, and then you want to add in the body of the email contohnya. Right, the body of the email, you want to write what?
Shaukat, can you make it bigger, Shaukat? Tak nampak
Bigger,
lah.
Okay.
Nampak. Thank you.
Nampak, okay. Now. Right. Okay, Kak Zila, you dapatkan yang
Dapat apa?
one N, that magic sign. I think it should work. Never mind. Right. So let's say they say the body of the email. Hi. Nama saya Tokat punya. Bye. All right. So once that is done, you can send it to the teacher. Okay. So not you, but the students can send it to the teacher. So the third teacher. So there's only one teacher here. All right. Cheers. Okay. You can also add in a message. So you can send it to the teacher. All right. And then, okay, the teacher will review the work done by the students. Right. So if we wait for a while, okay, there you go. Okay, the teacher will receive a notification. Apa? Right. Ni notification ni, dapat notification. Wani pun hantar juga. Okay. Okay, so let's look at my work dulu lah, because I've been talking for so long. Wani dah hantar awal lagi 7 minutes earlier. Right, so let's look at mine. Just now, I'm reviewing my dummy students' work. Right. So this is how it looks on the teacher's end. All right. So MK is Muhammad Kamal, my dummy student tadi. All right. So what you can do is you can edit the student's work, or you can add comment. Okay. Contohnya, betul. You are supposed to use English. Kenapa guna bahasa Melayu? Right. And then you can comment. Right, and then you can do whatever you like. A review, you can add in comments, you can add in things that you think that is supposed to be here but it's not here. Right, and then afterward you can press review and then can add in feedback. Buat balik. Right, so you can give feedback to students. Okay, once that is done, the student would then receive that feedback. Okay, so we can close this. So we can close this one. Sekejap. Tutuplah atas tu. Okay, so enlarge it again. Okay, and then under classwork ni, okay, and then the student will also receive a notification saying that Mr. Shaukat ni ada commented on your design, and then under classwork you can see that there's changes that needs to be done, right? So Muhammad Kamal ni boleh tengok lah, dapat message ni, buat balik, kita cakap. So we can just look at it again and see what Sir Shaukat cakap tadi. Sir Shaukat ada united dah. Alright, so Sir Shaukat cakap you're supposed to use English. Baiklah, Sir. Okay. Sorry, Sir. Ni nangis pula. Oh. Sorry, Sir. Okay, the students can reply, and then the students can edit it again. Okay, and then the student can send it back to the teacher. So once that is done, we will look at the teacher's end balik. This is the old one. Right, so let's refresh it again. Right, so the students have made some changes. Right, so as you can see here, we can see the student message to the teacher. All right, so I think once you have satisfied with the student's work, you can reply, okay, you're done, and then you can add in the sticker, awesome, okay, you can reply, and then you can press review. You can say, well done, for example. Okay, and then you can return it back to your student. So that means that the design has been approved. Right. So design approved. You can see that this is actually more leaning towards not text-based assignments, but image-based assignments. Right. So I can foresee this to be used by let's say posters, okay, posters creation, or maybe lower level students who need to where you have exercises that involve a lot of pictures, like you need to name certain characters of certain words, like buku in Arabic is kitab, meja apa, pintu apa, kereta, sayarah, things like that. I can see this being used in a lower level English, Arabic, or even Malay. All right. Okay, and then once that is done, let's look at what the students see on their end. Okay, on their end, you can see that the design is approved. So once the design is approved, okay, we have a completed design lah. It's a completed design. The students can still edit it, right? But once the student edit, then the whole work needs to be reviewed again, okay, by the teachers, and approved again by the teachers. So that is one. That is one way of you assigning the students for any type of work or assignments using the classroom or the the learning management system in Canva. All right. So as discussed just now, you can also give the assignment using Google Classroom. All right. So let's put this, exit this. Okay. All right. So let's look at the template again. Okay. So let's say now instead of doing this, we want to do something else. All right. So let's explore what you call Canva has in store for teachers. Okay, you can see here that you can browse the subjects, right? Some of them are already done. So let's, for the sake of language teachers, say let's just look at English. I don't think Arabic is here yet. Just type Arabic quickly. Do you have any Arabic? Arabic lessons. Not much. These are just pictures. But let's go back to browsing the things that have been done under English. Right. Okay, so we have a lot of English templates here. Right. So if you look at, let's say, for example, passive voice, right? So this is already done by teacher Hendayani, probably somewhere from Indonesia, probably. Right. So we can look at this person's work on passive voice, right? And then we can just look at whether or not it is what we want. Probably this is too grammatical. Right. So if you want to use this, you can. Right. All right. Never mind. So we just, for the sake of example, let's use this one. All right. But we don't want to create a presentation. Never mind. We want. Okay. So what I just showed you just now are just a library of templates that other teachers have used that you can also use yourself. But what I want to show you actually is how to integrate Google Classroom together with Canva ni. Okay, let's use something else lah. Empat per email apa lagi ya? Words, vocabularies, vocabulary. Okay, let's use this lah for example. Okay, because we want a template for an assignment. Right, so let's use this. Okay, so just now, so we won't do anything. This is just for the example. Just now we use Canvas assignment. Now let's try to use Google Classroom. So you can just click Google Classroom, bearing in mind that you have already created your own Google Classroom. So Google Classroom needs to be created first. So I have already created it. So this is just the dummy Google Classroom with tak ada lagi tak join lagi ni. Okay, my classroom. How do I invite people? I think I have tak wujud ni. No. Betul lah. This is my students Google Classroom. Let me just look at my mistake. Okay, let me just find my Google Classroom. Patut tak ada teacher dia. Okay. Right. So this is a Google Classroom that I created for my students. Okay, this is just a dummy Google Classroom. And then, okay, that's this is my dummy student again, Muhammad Kamal. Right, so let's go back to ini. Right, so we press continue. Okay, Google Classroom. Paling pula. All right. Okay, so choose the class. So okay, all the classes that you have under Google Classroom is listed here. But for today's class, we just wanted to look at how we can integrate it with our Google Classroom using Canva. Right, and then, okay, choose action. So it's the same interface with what of how we created our assignment on Google Classroom. So we want to create an assignment. Right, so we create an assignment and press go. Right, so vocabulary exercise. Yeah. Please do this exercise and submit it next week. Okay, so the interface here, I think everyone is already familiar with how a Google Classroom assignment looks like, right? And then we can just set the due date and topic like you always do, right? Set a topic, vocab, and then you can just click assign. Okay, once that is assigned, you can see that the vocabulary exercise is already assigned in Google Classroom using Canva just now. So it's integrated together with Canva. All right, so if you look at the student end, okay, you can see that the teacher just recently created or posted a new assignment, right? So this is the assignment for, this is what they see on their end as a student, right? So they can just click this assignment, right? And then use this template. And then they could just do the same thing again, right? Just like how we do it with our assignments previously using Canvas Classroom, right? So they can send it to the teacher, right? Pick the teacher, thanks, and send it to the teacher. But the thing is, the thing about using Google Classroom as an assignment, the interaction with the students regarding the assignment won't happen in Google Classroom. Nothing will happen here. You can give the marks later on, right? Because you want to have what you call a standardized place or a platform for you to give marks. You can use Google Classroom, but you cannot edit their assignments using Canva on Google Classroom. You have to look at Canva again. So I think it will be okay if you press refresh. Keluar. It will be under classwork. Okay, under classwork, you can see that there's a copy of there's a copy of this of Muhammad Kamal's assignment that we assign user class in Google Classroom. Excuse me. Right. So the same thing will happen. So you review it, and then the students will give, you review it, you give feedback, and then the students will also need to edit it, and then they will submit it again, and then you will also later on return it to the students. Once you return it to the student, then that means that the design has already been approved, right? I think this is integration with what they have beforehand, which is using Canva in a team, right? Right. So basically that is it lah. On using or assigning assignments using Canva in Canva itself and integrating it with Google Classroom. Right. So far, do you have any questions pertaining these two? Ada tak? Do you have any questions so far? Right. So if you don't have any question, I think we'll move on to the second part, which is using Canva for presentation. Okay, presentation. Betul lah. The second part is, okay, so Canva can also be used as an alternative to PowerPoint, right? So I'm also not the type of person who would use PowerPoint in class. I just use the book. To be honest, I just use the book, right? But I'm just teaching you that this can also be used. Probably if you're fed up with PowerPoint because it's not that customizable, right? There's not much thing that you can do with the image, whereas in Canva there's tons of huge plethora, again plethora okay, tons of images and graphic that you can use and image processing tools that you can use to integrate with your slides. Right. So for a presentation, you can just pick a presentation because usually presentation is in a 16:9 ratio again. Right. So you can just create this, okay, a presentation, and then you can use all the presentation, the templates that are already available on Canva. Let's say, for example, so yesterday I was playing with this one here, right? So in actual fact, this one already has the lesson in it, Okay, so this is apply. Okay, so you can apply everything, or if you have to look at each one first, right, to see whether or not you want to use it, right? So let's just try to apply all 17 pages. Okay, tertambah double pula. I pressed it twice just now. Right, so once you apply everything, you can see that by default, you can see that by default, this is already a well-made presentation with all the animations for each slide, right? So everyone can just edit what you want, the background, the image. You can just change your name to claim it yourself. Okay, parts of speech. Now the Sokat's English class. So, and then you can just edit about the teacher, and then the rest is all the lesson about now. All right. So to present, the only downside of using Canva for presentation is that if you use this uh, on your browser, you can only use it online. All right. Okay. So let's see how it is executed online. So there's so many type of ways or means for you to make a presentation. You can autoplay and so on and so forth. Right. So let's look at how it is in a standard as a standard presentation. So, but right, already it has a lot of animation in it, and there's a lot for you to choose from. I don't have the talent or the aesthetic eyes to create all this, right? So I can use any template that I want. Okay, some of you, if you want to edit it yourself, by all means, go ahead, right? And then you can just, okay, see everything is well animated, okay, right? And then you can edit it yourself here. Right. So another good thing about using Canva presentation is that if you want to present this in class offline, you can download it by pressing share and download it as a form of either a PDF, right? Or a PDF je lah. PowerPoint tak boleh, PDF je, right? You can download it as a PDF, right? So once you download it as a PDF, right, and then all the 70 pages, it will be available offline, right? But the not so good thing about it would be all the animations that you have inserted for your slides would not be there lah, because the PDF file is just a flat file. It's nothing. It doesn't have any animations in it. All right. I think for the editing part, I think everyone knows how to use Canva. All right. It's just that apart from just having a presentation slide, you can also create videos. All right. So how do you do that? Okay, one way of doing it is you can create video using the presentation slides. Okay, just press present. Okay, one way of doing it is to press present, and then okay, apart from standards now, you have autoplay, and then you have a presenter view, and then you can have present and record. All right, so when you present and record, you can just this is where you can record your slides if you want to convert your slide into a video instead, which you can upload it on YouTube, right? I think this is one way for certain people to create videos. It might not be much, right? But you can actually probably educational videos, right? So Canva itself has a recording studio. It's not much, right? But I think it will be okay. So Canva cannot access your camera or your microphone. That's because I'm using my camera and my microphone for Microsoft Teams, right? Tak boleh pula. Alright. So, but I think I have already upload ada tak? Videos. Adalah video of myself. Quite embarrassed to show you this, but never mind. Okay, for the sake of today's training, right? So this is what I've been trying to do. Hopefully this is nothing bad. Right. Okay, you can just ignore that. This is me, just me playing around, right? So I can't actually, unless, no, I can't, right? If I change the camera and the video and the audio for Canva, that I cannot speak to you on Teams, right? So once you record yourself, okay, once you record yourself, if you press record yourself here, right? The whole thing would be converted into a video. Right, apa ni? Your microphone and video is already being used by another application. So I have so I can't do it just right now lah, right? But you can explore it later on your own. It's not that difficult. It's just simple, right? So you can create a video for one slide, and then you click another slide, and then create another video, and you can move your face around, right? Where you want your face to be situated at. Right, and then once everything is done, you can download it as a form of an MP4 video. Right, you can download it as a form of MP4 video. So okay, once you download it as an MP4 video, then there you go. That is a video that is created using Canva. Right. As you can see here, let me show you. It says here 900. Okay, it's basically 1 TB of gigabyte, 1 TB of storage. So teachers actually have 1 TB. So my video here is probably just 12 megabytes here. So there's tons for you to use actually. Right, because they have in mind that teachers would use a lot to create slides, and then people would eventually use the same slide, sharing slide, and then it will create a huge library for them. So it's a win-win situation for teachers and also Canva. All right. So that is the second and third part of this training. I think the last part of this training is, apart from creating your own presentation and creating your own video presentation, right? You can also upload your PowerPoint slide into Canva. If you want to, you can, right? Say you don't like how Microsoft PowerPoint tool, right? And then you prefer to do it on Canva, you can. You can actually. But what you can do is you can just upload. You can upload either PowerPoint or PDF. So let's try to upload one, right? Upload a PowerPoint presentation. So this is just a sample of a PowerPoint presentation. You can just upload it on Canva, right? So let's wait for it to be done. Okay, it's done. Right. Okay, so we use a PowerPoint slide, and then we upload it on Canva. Now Canva recognize this as their own slide. It's still .pptx, but now we can use the tool that Canva has provided to edit our slide, right? So most of the pictures cannot be, because this is a static image, this is the body of the image, so we can't do much about it, right? The whole text can be edited, right? The whole text can be edited, right? And then the whole slide, right? It managed to grab the whole slides, and even the pictures, even the individual pictures that have been uploaded on, you can edit it. You can add in more things. Probably you want to add in animations, right? Add in animation, graphic. Okay, what do you want to add? For the sake of example, let's just use this. Okay, all right. So you can add this to your uh to your presentation. Okay. Yeah, let me just Right. Okay. Right. So, and that's tons for you to do. All right. And then if you're preparing for an online seminar where you have to record yourself presenting your slide, you can also use Canva, right? Just like how we do it just now. Okay. But present, and then you want to present and record. All right. And then the whole thing works. Think there are bugs here and there, right? But eventually, over time, I think Canva will be able to, if they manage their finances and marketing well, and then they're making money out of it, I think Canva will be one of the powerful tools, not just for image, for videos, and all other sort of things. All right. Okay. So this is you uploading a PowerPoint slide on Canva and then editing every single part of it, right? Okay, let's try another one. Let's try to upload a PDF file now. Okay, so we have one example of a PDF file. This is just text. Okay, you can also upload a PDF file. Probably you want to add stuff in it. There's all sorts of things that you can do. Let's just see how it works with a PDF file. It's taking a while now. Okay, all right. Okay, so there you go. Okay, right. So for PDF file, okay, let me just enlarge it a bit. Okay, it affects if the PDF file was taken from a digital text, so the text can actually be edited. Nampak ni? So the whole text can be edited. Okay, the whole, you can remove it altogether. You can even remove certain pictures, right? And this part of the text here, this thing, you can also remove this thing if you want to edit it, right? So you remember PDF, you can't do much on PDF, right? Okay, but you can use, let's say for example, you already have a PDF file, okay, a PDF text file, and there are certain things, there are certain elements. Let's say, for example, you are submitting a research paper from UIA. You're supposed to have a UIA logo, but instead you submit it with a UITM logo, right? So you can't edit it on PDF, right? So you can convert it, you can upload it to Canva, and you can just change the UITM logo that you just made a mistake to the UIA logo. That's just one idea of how you can be creative and using Canva with PDF file. You can see here the JSTOR logo can also be edited.
We can hear you. Sorry,
Shortcut,
we
you're
can't
on
hear.
mute, Shortcut.
Hello? Hello?
You are back.
How long have I been muted? Baru ke lama dah? Ke the whole thing?
Baru.
Around
dah.
a minute
Baru
lah
je?
juga. A minute lah.
A minute. So I don't know what happened actually. So what I was saying is that 1 minute. What I was saying is that if your PDF file contains digital text, you can move it around. You can edit it. You can edit the text. Okay, you can still edit the text, and then you can just download it back as a form of PDF. Okay, as a form of PDF. Okay, right. So you can edit everything. Okay. But if your but if your PDF contains scanned version of a text, okay, scanned version of a text is in the form of an image. Canva is not able to identify it as an image. So as you can see here, this part of the text is just an image, even though you can see that all the text clearly, right? So the list and then the page goes on lah, right? But the bottom part is detected as a digital text. Then you can move it around. You can just delete it and write what you want on your own, right? So there's all sort of things that you can also use Canva, right? Okay, so I think as a summary, you can use Canva to create assignments, image-oriented assignments on Canva or to be integrated on Google Classroom. You can also use Canva for presentations as an alternative to what you call Microsoft PowerPoint. You can also use Canva to create videos, right? But okay, I think a few things to be noted. You can also, if you are a person who don't use what you call Google Classroom, you use Microsoft Teams instead, right? That's not, you cannot create an assignment just like how we do it just now, but instead probably you can do it like this probably. Okay, instead of giving it as an assignment, probably you can just okay, let's say you have 3 students in class, right? So this is okay. So you duplicate the page 3 times, one for each student. And then probably you can assign the names already here. And then instead of setting it up as an assignment, you can just copy the link. And then instead of everyone can view the link, you can set it as everyone with the link can edit the slides, right? So you copy the link, right? And then you can paste it to Muhammad Kamal ni. You can give it to Muhammad Kamal. And then Muhammad Kamal akan buka. Okay, right. So contohnya kalau ada ada nama, if Muhammad Kamal's name is here, so this dummy student, the student can just write their assignments here or edit the image here, right? But the not so fun part about that would be, okay, you won't be able to access the review and approve function just like what we had earlier on. Okay, that's the downside of of using other platforms apart from Google Classroom, right? Actually, okay, last year in November, Google Canva actually announced their Microsoft Teams apps, right? But I was not able to actually use it. You can see under apps, you can try to search Canva. Okay, and then you have to actually open it, and then there's nothing to it actually, right? You're not you can't do much about it. So I don't know what, right? You have to sign in, and then it says your Canva account is already connected, and then I've been emailing Canva, right? Probably it's not something which is ready yet. Okay, even sometimes using Microsoft Teams, it seems that Teams is a bit unstable in that sense. But but if you're using Teams, you can just go to your classroom, right, and then add a new conversation, and then just paste the link of that editable, right? You can share the link in our Teams class as a conversation, not as an assignment, right? I don't probably if we can set Canva for education with our Teams account, probably we can access the assignment for Teams, but we can't. Tried and then we're not able to do so. All right. I guess that is it lah for my training for today. Okay. Do you have any questions, or probably anyone wants to share certain ways that they have used Canva in their own classroom? Ada tak? There are 52 of you here. Probably I have bored you with the things you have already known. But never mind, we can share. Anyone else has any other means of using Canva for the classroom? Ada tak? Why is it stuck? I can't press chat. You guys still hear me? Dengar tak? Or is it frozen?
Dengar.
Dengar, eh?
Yes, we can.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I guess that's all. Any questions? Do you have any question? I don't know what happened lah. Said not to disturb. I can't press anything. All right. I am. Yes, I think that is all for today for my presentation on how to use Canva for education. Right? Should you have any questions, you can ask me on WhatsApp. Okay, thank you very much. I actually have ni apa ni? I actually have a response form lah, but I cannot post it on what ni? Can you see on my end? Everything is frozen on Teams. I don't know what happened.
Cakap. Sorry. Ni about I attend. Could you please edit the time for I attend? Because it's set from 3 p.m. to 3 p.m. So we cannot.
Yeah ke?
So we cannot log in.
Let me see. Login. 3 p.m. to 3 p.m. on I10. Just for 1 second je.
Boleh edit je.
3 p.m. to
17 lah, 17.
Okay. Right.
Okay,
Can you still use the
you.
same link? Can you still use the same link? Can someone help me post the link? I just stop sharing my screen. I cannot stop sharing. I cannot do anything right now. I probably have to just exit everything. Right. Just hold on a minute. Okay, I'm going to post the response form on WhatsApp. And then once that's done, thank you very much. Just CELPAD. Okay. All right. Thank you very much for today. Hope it is something which is beneficial. All right. So all the best. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.